All right, Shalom. Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash. That's all praises to who the world ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai for his beloved Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful light, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabon, the Great Millstone, Arizona Camp, Lord well, with another video to edify. And I wanted to go in and some of these articles, man. You know, we're coming out here another week. The Lord has blessed me and many other brothers with an opportunity to preach the downfall of this devil's kingdom, the so-called white man who is Esau Edom according to the scriptures, and to bring out his deceit and his treachery, you know. So I got a few articles I wanted to start off with, and then I'm gonna get into these scriptures, man, because you know the scriptures tell you watch as well as pray, that you enter not into temptation, man. So watching goes into, you know, keeping up on the events that are happening, man. We can't be ignorant of anything in a great or small matter. That's what the scriptures tell you. So this is an article from RT, and it says crazed mob on Capitol Hill didn't come out of nowhere. Noam Chomsky dissects America's airbrush ills on RT. You see, so everybody's noticing that, you know, it didn't take one event for people to rush the Capitol like that, man. It didn't take one event for people to see the you know, the injustice and how judgment went out. Because when those people stormed the Capitol, there were no guns drawn. Nobody, very few people got shot. People were allowed to go home afterwards. You know, even though that shit's catching up to them now, but people were able to go home afterwards. And the whole world is taking note of Esau Edom's hypocrisy and his judgment, you know. So it says the U.S. public is fed. The U.S. public is fed a narrative that everything is fundamentally wonderful in the country, despite some hiccups. But in reality, serious problems plaguing the U.S. are not acknowledged by the elites. Noam Chomsky told RT, and the whole world sees that. There's hella serious problems out here, you know. I just saw a video from one of the brothers' channels that come February, people are gonna have to deal with these evictions, man. The scriptures tell you they shall cast you out of your houses. It tells you many houses, even great and fair, should dwell without inhabitant. You know. So with all these things coming to pass, yeah, you seeing that the great perplexities the scriptures talk about are befalling the people. You know, and so when these things start coming, when these things start going forth on a larger scale, you're going to see uproars of the people intensify. You're going to see crime rates intensify. The love of many waxing cold. And Esau Edom, he's going to stand up and he's going to quell a lot of shit. You know, the so-called white man who is Esau Edom, he's going to show you his fucking horns. I did a video yesterday where you had Biden sit there and say to 1,000 people in a video conference call, if I hear about any one of you disrespecting another colleague, I'll fire your ass on the spot. To 1,000 people, speaking real bold. Now that ain't the same Biden that was sitting there telling everybody that we have to, you know, mend this pain and this hurt, firing people on the spot, you know. And he's coming in a proud, boastful spirit, man. He said, he basically saying, hey, I'm the president now, shut the fuck up and sit down. And I did, and when you go over the history of Galba, which was the next Roman emperor after Nero that came into power, when you go over the history of Galba, he came in the same way Joe Biden came in, man. You know, he had a structure and a way about him, about the poor and his servants. He would greet his servants in the morning, have every one of his servants come and greet him at night, which was supposed to be like a Roman custom. farewell him at night and shit. But on the back end, he had poor rapport among soldiers. Everybody loved what he said, but since he never fulfilled any of those things, the people hated him. So just like Biden, everybody loving what he's saying, right? They're big up at him in the media. But watch, here it is. He kicked all the National Guard troops out of the Capitol and made them sleep outside. And it's cold out there, man. DC ain't no warm place. So you kicked all them out. You're gonna see this devil. He really hates the people. I'm gonna read a little more on this article. It says the U.S. likes to see itself as an inherently good force, always trying to correct its mistakes, and this approach is evident in how the January 6th Capitol Hill riot was covered. Komsky told RT Chris Hedges, this perceived reality of non-liberal elites is not based on facts. The renowned thinker and co-author of the seminal book on media complicity and disastrous U.S. policies manufacturing consent. You see? Everybody's taking notice, man. And that's what the scriptures say, man. The devil will be revealed. It says, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh. Everybody's seeing the hypocrisy of America, the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. They're seeing that this place ain't what it cracked up to be. And more you Israelites are still moving on in simplicity and foolishness, man. You had people, I was at work, and they're talking about the let me check if this is going. I was at work, and they're talking about the damn inauguration, and these women are worried about what Michael Obama and Kamala Harris are fucking wearing, saying, oh yeah, their hair look great, all that bullshit. Hey, there's so much more important shit that was going on, man. The scriptures tell you the things that are not seen are more important than the things that are seen. So there's let me get this next article. It's another one from RT. And it says, banished to a cold garage. It says, investigated for sedition, exposed to Crown Royal 19. Biden sure respects his National Guard troops. It says, if you thought a president who needs 25,000 troops to safeguard his inauguration from threats that appear to have been manufactured would at least treat his patrons in some gratitude and respect, well, you'd be wrong. It says the newly installed U.S. President Biden has long ended his speeches with quirky catchphrases, adding, "May God protect our troops." Judging by the new National Guard sent to Washington, D.C. to protect his inauguration has been treated. God alone will have to, because his administration certainly failed. You see? And that's exactly what Galba had a bad rap with in the Roman Empire. Galba had a bad rap with his with the military, man, because they didn't hook him up at all. He didn't hook him up at all. There was even one point that they weren't paying them soldiers, man. So it's gonna be real interesting to see what's gonna happen. And this devil thinks he's hot shit, because the way he's perceived, the way the world is perceiving him right now, man, is gassing up his head. On every news station in every country, they're talking about how things are gonna get back to a better way. We can start dealing with America again. Hey, that shit is gone. That shit is gone, man. America will never be great again. Never. This bitch is through. America can never be great again. This is Ezekiel 32 and 1. Ezekiel 32 and 1, it says, and it came to pass in the 12th year I'll go to 2. Ezekiel 32 and 2. It says, Son of man, take up a lamentation for Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and say unto him, Thou art like a young lion, young lion of the nations, and thou art as a whale in the sea. And thou camest forth with thy rivers, and troublest the waters with thy feet, and foulest the rivers. So America, you know, because when you go to the book of Revelation, I'll see if I can get that real quick. Let me get that real quick. This is Revelation 11 and 8. It says, And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So there's a place spiritually which carries the same characteristics of Sodom and Egypt, which America is at, man. What did Sodom? What did Sodom go down for? Homosexuality. America is the capital of homosexuality in the world, man. You know, here it is. This is the headquarters of LGBTQ, XYZ, all that shit, man. You have a moral sexual behavior going out at a mass number in America. And in Egypt, this is the new prison house of the Israelites for the most part, man. You got all the tribes in America, and what the so-called white man refuses to let us go and give us a fair shake. So what? This is that same place. So back in Ezekiel 32 and 3, it says, Thus saith Yahweh power, I will therefore spread my net over thee with a company of many people, and they shall bring thee in my net. So the Lord is setting a trap. You know, the nations are taking a sight of America and looking at this place like, hey, look at them. When this whole Capitol Hill shit went on, you had China, Iran, a lot of other countries sit there and scoff at America and say, hey, this is the democracy. This is the place where democracy comes from. The scriptures tell you all these should take up a taunting proverb and say, as thou become weak as we. Every nation is looking at America like a fucking joke. And it's beautiful, man. Because this is a place where all types of wickedness goes out. All types of wickedness goes out. It says, verse 4. It says, Then will I lay thee upon the land, and I will cast thee forth upon the open field, and I will cause all the fowls of heaven to remain upon thee, and I will fill the beasts of the whole earth with thee. So the Lord is about to do a lot of killing. What does it mean by this? It means that the Lord is going to kill so many people, especially in America, that all these beasts are going to be able to eat off you. The scriptures tell you the supper. Let me get that. This is so I can give me 1 second. Ezekiel 39 and 17. It says, And now, son of man, thus say Yahweh power, speak unto every feathered fowl, and to every beast of the field. Assemble yourselves and come. Gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice, that I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel. It says, that ye may eat the flesh and drink blood, and ye shall eat the flesh of the mighty, and drink the blood of princes of the earth, of rams and of lambs and of goats and of bullocks and all them fatlings of Bashan. And ye shall eat till ye be full, and drink till ye be drunken of my sacrifice which I have sacrificed for you. Thus ye shall be filled at my table with horses and chariots, with mighty men and all the men of war, said Yahweh power. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see thy judgment. You know, that's it on that. But that was a judgment that the Lord did to Israel. And the scriptures also tell you about the sacrifice in Basra, which we're going to get a little later. So the Lord is preparing this place for great death, man. This is why it's going down in the fashion that it is. This is why Esau, Edom, is being exposed and legit hated the way that he is. It says, Ezekiel 32:5, and I will lay thy flesh upon the mountains and fill the valleys with thy height. It says, I will also water thee with blood, and I will also water with thy blood the land wherein thou swimmest, even the mountains and the rivers shall be filled with thee. You see, so the Lord said he's going to water the land with your blood, man. This is Revelation 14. Revelation 14. Revelation 14 and go to 20. Go to 19. It says, and the angel thrust in his sickle in the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And it says, and the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So that was the treading of the winepress, man. What the scriptures talk about Yahweh Shai when it says, who is this that coming from Basra with dyed? Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, with his vestures sprinkled with blood, as if him that treaded the winepress alone? Roughly paraphrasing, you know. So when the Lord comes back, he's about to send a lot of death, man. Especially on you Edomites, especially on this kingdom America. You know, America was not meant to go on forever. This place was built to be destroyed. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, the scriptures tell you as an ensample, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Why? Because Sodom and Gomorrah went fucking far on in wickedness, man. Sodom and Gomorrah went super far in wickedness to the point that they were sitting there trying to rape, legit, like rape 2 angels, man. And the scriptures tell you that angels blinded them, and yet they still try to find a door. You know? So it says, verse 7, and Ezekiel 32:7, it says, and when I shall put thee out, I will cover the heavens and make the stars thereof dark, and I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give her light. You know? I'm going to go to my next precept. This is, I'm getting my phone so it goes a little quicker. Isaiah 10. Book of Isaiah, chapter 10. Verse 14. I started 12. It says, wherefore it shall come to pass that when Yahweh hath performed this whole work upon Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. Now, when you go into the scriptures compare Assyria to the king of Assyria to the rod of the Lord. And the scriptures also tell you the wicked, deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. So who's the wicked of the earth that's ruling now? Esau, Edom, he's the chief wicked. The scriptures tell you that in Malachi, the first chapter. So Esau, Edom, so-called white man, is the wicked of the earth. You know, and it's not a thing about skin color or anything like that. Look at his fucking character and his track record. You can tell. It says, in the glory of thy high looks, for thus said Yahweh, for he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it. And this is what America is in the mindset of. You know, they're still in the mindset that we're the greatest kingdom on earth. Where we've done the most. We've done the most. We've had the most wars and won the most wars. We'll never lose. America is still in that mindset. The scripture tell you in the book of Revelation, it says, "I said a queen, and shall be no widow." This is America's mindset, man. It says, Isaiah 10:13, "For he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and I have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man." And this is exactly what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's mindset. This is American excellence. This is American exceptionalism. They've robbed everything from everybody to get where they're at. And now they're sitting there looking back, and we're at a time where Esau's going to get extremely powerful, because now they're going to sit here looking back, and they're going to sit there and just look at it like, hey, I've done all this, and nobody says shit. And I bet not hear anybody say shit. And this is what Biden's whole MO seems like, man. This might be the dude. This very well is going to be the dude, man. Apostle Tahar made a video going into the mark of the beast president. And this is legit clearly that guy, because 2005 for Justice Roberts, he was the one that did the inquisition on him for Justice Roberts, and he told him, hey, mark my words, in your tenure you will judge whether or not it is constitutional for somebody to be microchipped. He said, mark my words, and now this devil's the fucking president. That's not by coincidence, man. And then this bitch Kamala Harris, and she ain't nothing. She ain't shit. She's a figurehead, man. When you go into the appointees of all this Biden cabinet, you can see that they're just marking every fucking box they can. They said, well, all right, we got a black, we got a Mexican, we got a black Mexican that's homosexual, we got a black Mexican transgender, we got a white transgender, we got a male to female, we got a female to male. Like, they're just checking all the fucking boxes, and this bitch fit it all for the vice presidency. A nigga woman was a judge. Now she's gonna be the first female president. Just checking fucking boxes. That's all it is, man. This whole thing is a fucking setup. It says, Isaiah 10:13, for he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. And I have moved, it says, and I have removed the bounds of the people, which that's against the scriptures. Esau's clearly done that, man. There's laws in place within America to where if you have a big enough land and somebody starts to encroach on it, where you don't have it fenced up already, and somebody starts to, say if they have farmland and they've been using a part of your land for so long, and they start setting up a fence, and you try to check them on it, you can still lose that piece of land that they just fucking remove the bounds of the people, man. It says, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down their inhabitants like a valiant man. And this is America, man. They went into every country, and this is how America got great, because when you go into slavery was the biggest business, man. And slavery didn't just happen to the so-called nigga, man, the so-called black man. Slavery actually happened to the Mexicans first, the so-called Mexicans, man. The Latin Americans, your Puerto Ricans, your Native Americans. Slavery happened to them first. When you go in the book of 2nd Ezra, it tells you that they were the first to come over here under King Shalmaneser. So what? When Christopher Columbus came over to the Americas, they were taking people from America back to Europe. So there's a lot of Gad, there's a lot of so-called Issachar, there's a lot of so-called Mexicans, a lot of Issachar, a lot of the northern kingdom over there in Europe. The scriptures tell you Judah and Ephraim was oppressed together, man. So this place is literally, America, the so-called white man, has legit walked through the earth putting down the people, and he's boasting of it now, man. You're going to see American excellence just shoot through the roof. These Edomites are going to go gun-ho. The so-called white people are going to be at each other's throat. They're looking at the whole situation like we've lost our America. And now they're looking at the goddamn cabinet and they're seeing a bunch of niggas, a bunch of so-called Latinos, you know, which are Israelites, in those offices making policies to where they can no longer see an America that they're proud to be in. It says verse 14. It says, my hand has found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathered eggs that are left, I have gathered all the earth, and there is none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. So this devil's in a mindset of, you know what? I put down the entire earth. Hey, nobody says shit. The scriptures tell you that I thought I was altogether such a one as thyself. I believe that's Psalms the 75th chapter, I think. But the scriptures tell you that he thought the Most High was such as one of himself. So he was encouraged and he was like, hey, the Lord got to be with me. Ain't nothing bad happening to me. No, the scriptures tell you what if the Most High willing to endure with much long patience the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. You know, the Lord let him go, because it said the Lord reserveth the wicked unto the day of judgment, man. This is Psalm 73. Psalm 73. And Psalm 33, it says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So obviously the wicked are prospering. You can see Esau, Edom, so-called white man, he's living it up. His whole kingdom, you go around America, man, Esau's still in a certain space of living good. Not worried about what's going on. Has the abundance of riches. You know, is able to fucking fly out of the country and do all this bullshit. I was watching a video with this dude from Sri Lanka. And the elder Malcolm said that's his favorite heathen. He would love to have him as a taskmaster over Esau. And I gotta agree, man, because he was sitting there saying that it makes no sense how you devils can go into their country, buy up all the plush villa land, drive up the price, go back to your place, but they can't do the same thing to you. They can't go to fucking Britain and America, buy up land and return back home. They can't. You know? It says, verse 4, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. And this is Esau, man. When he dies, his strength is firm, man. He's not you're not leaving nobody no fucking bills. The so-called white man is living it up. For the moment. It says verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. So this devil, he doesn't have the same stressors, man. You know, all of Israel, man. Even if they have money, man, they're legit oppressed even with their money. They might be able to they might have more liberty to travel and buy goods and this and that. But for these celebrities to keep that money, man, they got to bend over. Your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, man, they're getting bent the fuck over. You know? And that's why the heathen are not plagued like Jake, man. Always in a position to lose it all. Jake is legit like you're betting it all on everything. You say the one wrong thing, your shit is gone. It says, verse 6, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Pride compasseth them about as a chain. You see? So what happened? You got all these Edomites going to run up in the Capitol Hill. The whole world saw it. Started talking shit. And all those ones that ran up in there now getting prison sentences, fines, criminal records, federal charges. You know, these people ain't going to be living up, losing their damn jobs. It says It says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covered them as a garment. So everything that this dude does is all violence, man. He's fully immersed in that. Like they have a new phrase now. He woke up and chose violence, right? This devil woke up every day and chose violence every day of his fucking life. So now you're seeing that he's seeing that his kingdom is slipping, so he's fucking losing his shit. It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart can wish, man. These devils are living in excess and they're completely good, man. Completely good. No struggles, no worries. These devils have no fucking worries, man. You drive around the city, you would think these devils don't even know there's a fucking pandemic. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. And within this whole administration, you saw them sit here and say, hey, we got to help the minorities. And if the true goal was to get the so-called minorities up to par with the wealth of the world and the wealth that is in America, how come the first bills that he signed was all for immigrants, which those immigrants are Israelites, but you got niggas in your own country that are about to get evicted come February, man. And they owe $10,000 of rent, you know, with late fees and all that shit. It says, they speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. And how are they setting their mouth against the heavens, man? Because look at the cabinet, man. It's I forgot what his name is, man. There is I think it's a minister of health or something like that. I got the damn title, but it's one of the people Biden just put in office, which deals with health. His office position deals with health and all that. Was a goddamn transsexual. Look creepy as hell, man. Was a transsexual, and his whole thing recently was that for people to have COVID, Crown Royal safe or Corona safe orgies, man. You know, America's about to get hella fucking freaky. When you look at this, and the brothers have been saying it, man, you got to brace yourself for what's about to start happening, man, because we're going to be in a position of Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. It's America is about to get real fucking freaky. And when I saw that, I was like, fuck, man, it's going to get bad. It's going to be a bad